how are you? Amanda, Saint Artist. We're gonna do our makeup. I'm just gonna show you my everyday go-to method on how I apply my makeup to cover my stuff and have a really nice, simple, everyday finish. Because one of the things that I love about Saint is this makeup is foolproof. This makeup is so simple. It's so easy. It's really just about the way you look at your face. So when you're playing with traditional makeup, you're putting one color all over your face and then getting that concealer and then setting it and getting all the coverage you want, and then everything else is extra. But what if everything else was part of your foundation? That's how Saint makeup works. Everything in here is foundation, and I use some color correctors because I have things. I've got hyperpigmentation, scarring, dark circles under my eyes. I've got texture coming in. I'm 43 years old, creeping up on 44, and every year I get something new. And this year, it was under eyes. They're changing. So one of the things that I implemented and really focused on adding is balm. Balm to my under eyes was a game changer for me. And honestly, it was a game changer for a lot of my customers. And I push this for a lot of people because if you have hormonal breakouts, if you have high texture under your eyes, if you have a lot going on around your nose with your smile lines, anything, healing breakouts, balm is going to save you. That is what's going to reduce texture. And it's so nice and seamless and easy. All right, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do some of my correctors, which are these guys. I use Aspen to correct some of my light rosacea. I use Suede to help camouflage my hyperpigmentation, and then I use a lip and cheek because I like stuff that does more than one thing, and Frenchie is an under eye. It's going to help me with my blush on my scarring. You can also use it as a spotlight. I know some people like to use concealer. I like using Frenchie as a spotlight color on my lips. And so that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to tap into my Frenchie. I'm going to go right over top of that balm, and I'm just going to tap this out so much faster than Demi. Yes, Demi's great, but I want to get out the door. I don't want to tap into a bunch of little precise colors. I just want to get it on and get going on my makeup. I'm done with it already. Let me just make sure. This is hard. This is easy. And so I'm just adding a really light amount, and I just rub it in and out and into that balm so they kind of work together. All right, the next color I'm going to go into, I'm using one brush to do my whole face. You could do your whole face with any of our brushes, one brush. This is it. This is the blush and bronzer, and you can get it in a collection with bronzer, and it'll save you like $11. Okay, the first thing I'm going to go into is my Aspen color. Usually I use my blend brush. I'm going to use this. This is how little you need. Okay, and I'm just going to lightly sweep over the redness. I always start on my cheeks because I have large pores, and this helps to camouflage them, and then I go in and I bring it around my nose. So I fix the redness from my scarring. I'm getting the broken capillaries around my nose. I got some sun, so I'm going to grab a little bit of Aspen here, and I'm just going to dull that little, look at that, it's gone. And this is what's nice. I have a hormonal breakout here. I'm going to grab a little bit more. We're just going to dull the colors. You're still going to see the problems. We're just muting the tone of the red. All right, the next color I'm going to go into is Suede. This is a lip liner. It is a great lip liner, and I'm going to go over my hyperpigmentation on the back side, and I have some creeping up the top. And so I'm just lightly going to camouflage my hyperpigmentation with this color. And it's really pretty. We can still see the problems. We're just really making a similar tone around them. Okay, we're trying to blend in with our surroundings. Just like camo. That's why I call it the camouflaging color. There's a camo method with highlights, but I'm using Suede as a lip liner. And Suede and Aspen together for correcting, to me, I like because of their density, so they're going to stay where I put them, but they're going to hold their makeup on top. And this is what I do every single day for my makeup. Okay, now we can get into the makeup. And this is just my go-to everyday method. I'm going to go into my main highlight, which is Golden Hour. My brightening highlight is Athens. I'm sorry, my nose is clogged up, so you're going to bear with me, whether you like it or not. That's up to you. But I've got Golden Hour as my main highlight. I've gotten some sun. Look at me go. And then I've got Athens, which is typically my winter shade. It is now my brightening shade, which means I don't have to buy another color. I just go and grab my old winter shade, use it as my brightening. And then we have Cedar as my contour. Again, Just like I did with that aspen color, we're gonna tap on. You never need to swipe through. Swiping and picking up a bunch of makeup, you're gonna get more than you need. This is buildable. This is super pigmented. So I go over my scarring first, and then I'm gonna bring it down and into my chin here and over that breakout into the crease of the nose. And we don't need to bring this all over our face. I'm not gonna need it up and in the middle of my face here because I have all my other colors that are also foundation, including my contour. You don't need a lot of makeup. You just need to cover the things that bother you and then blend it out. So go over your problems first, the places you need the coverage. So I have a lot of discoloration right here. And then I'm gonna bring this down my jawline because our face doesn't end at the jawline. And if you stop here, you're gonna see that line because your neck is always lighter than your face. So you wanna bring that down just to have cohesive coloring or balancing. We want the balance beyond. Okay, so again, starting where you need the most coverage and then bringing it out. And this is my go-to. I really only put my main highlight on the beard of my face because that's where I need the balance, but I don't need my contour there. And so I'm bringing that down my neck, up and over. Super, super simple. Trusting the process. This is 3D foundation because our face isn't one-dimensional. We shouldn't be putting our makeup on and making it that way. So again, I'm just blending this out. Again, I covered the areas that need the most help. And sometimes this takes the longest is because you're really nitpicking at your face because we're all like, well, I want to cover the whole thing. That's fine, and you will. Okay, so we have our coverage now. Then I'm gonna go into my brightening shade Athens, and I'm just gonna go right here in the middle. I'm gonna get the hair that just came off of my face. There we go. And we're gonna get the middle, and then we're gonna push this up and out over the brows. Grabbing it, I'm gonna hit right here. This is supposed to be mimicking reflecting light. So this is supposed to be a skosh lighter than your skin tone, and it's gonna look like reflecting light, and it's gonna make your lip look weird, apparently. When I first tried this makeup, I remember I put it on and I was like, oh, interesting. Okay, I'm gonna go into cedar next. I'm gonna do my nose last because my nose and my under eyes I do last because I get so picky about them. And I'm just gonna grab this and I'm really gonna press into it because it is denser than the highlight colors. And we're gonna go right over here and right over here. And this is where you already have dimension. And I put that brightening highlight here. And now I have this dark contour, which is more of a cool tone, whereas bronzers are warm. And this is just giving us dimension, but it's also giving us coverage from foundation because of the pigmentation. I'm gonna just pull that brightening into the contour, and then I got my balance, my coverage, and my dimension all in one easy layer. Simple, simple, simple. I love this stuff. I love it. And that's why I talk about it all the little long days. Okay, we're going back into cedar, and I'm gonna go above my natural shadow here and just hit the base of my cheekbone here for contouring and lifting that cheek, chiseling things out a little bit. And I curve mine up with the shape of my face. Everybody's face is shaped differently, and I'm no expert, but I do know Google has contour placements already mapped out for you based off of face shape and where they think it should go. What I say is screw what face shape you think you have. Trying to match one of those cartoon pictures is impossible. But what I do like is that they give you all these options of positions of contouring your cheeks. Try each of them. Make makeup fun again. Have fun. Play with this stuff. This shouldn't be the hardest part of your day. This is your you time. This is the part that makes you feel good. So go and look at those placements and then try them all out. And then when you see one and you're like, oh, that's your placement. Because wait, you look at the end, that's what matters. I'm going to use my fingers. I'm going to go into my contour. I like going down the sides with my finger. It's just a little more precise. I press into my brows here. I come down the nose, and then I empty it off on the tip here. And then I'm just gonna tap it out with the brush. I find this is the easiest way, and it gets me the straightest way. I have a bump on my nose, and anytime I use a brush, I end up spending way more time than I wanted to, and then I just bring it together in the middle. I'm gonna take my pinky, I'm gonna go into Athens, and we're just gonna go right down the middle. That's just gonna straighten it out, tap it out, and you're done. It's really a foolproof makeup. Oop, we probably should use 2 fingers so it doesn't look like I'm flipping you off. Okay, but this is easy. This is your everyday makeup. If you're not talking through it like I am, this goes by really quickly, okay? I'm gonna use my Frenchie again, and we're gonna go right over my scarring here, okay? It's a light peach. A lot of people say they don't like it as a blush, and I totally agree, but it's a great tool, and it's a great addition to your collection. And that's where it's different. So I'm gonna go to my second layer. I'm gonna go into 2 colors. I've got my bronzer here. This is Bella, and I'm gonna pop this on. Bella comes in a collection with the blush and bronzer. I'm gonna pop it right here. So we're just putting it in places where we usually get our sun. And I'm gonna pop that here in 2 places far apart, and then again up here. And I'm doing that because the next color I'm gonna go into is Pink Lemonade. I love this color when I have a tan or I'm putting some more tan on. But I'm gonna take this pink, I've got that Frenchie right here, and right in the middle and right here, I'm gonna put Pink Lemonade. So again, between the bronzers and then between Frenchie and the bronzer, okay? You could even empty some out on your temple, and some people like to add it to the bridge of their nose, just to add a little, I don't know, pizzazz. I don't know. All right, we're gonna start on the bronzer up here, and I'm just gonna blend it out. I bring it down towards the temple, I bring it up. Sometimes I'll grab it and I'll add a lot more. I love bronzer, and it's just, it's peanut butter and jelly with your contour, you know? It shouldn't be wild and crazy. We don't wanna look like an Oompa Loompa, but it's who I am, okay? I'm gonna start at the top. I'm gonna smile because as you mature, you lose the volume in your cheeks, and then you're gonna bring it down to that Frenchie. And that's it. It's that easy. How pretty is that, right? So again, taking that bronzer, starting at the top, smiling so you can see exactly where your apples are and you don't mess anything up. And I underblend my contour when I put it on, because when I'm doing this, I'm blending it down more and we're done. It's so easy, so easy. Okay, brightening. I'm gonna use my finger on this just because that brush is a little bit big, but I do still feel like it is a one and done brush. I'm gonna place that brightening, which is Athens, right here on the outside. So it's gonna clean things up. And then here I'm gonna start at my shine. So smile, see that shine? We're gonna go right in it, like it's a basket. Fill it with some brightening and go into that inner corner with it. So smile, see that little shine basket? It goes beep, beep. We're going in the basket, then we're gonna go up into the inner corner, and we're just focusing it on this little inner corner area. I like using the ring finger because they say it's the wimpy finger, and we don't want to mess up that texture under eyes anymore, and it's going to do on its own. And then I'm going to take this and I'm pinching it. I'm going to press it out, and I'm stippling this because one, it's an under eye, and I'm focusing on my orbital bone and then coming to my soft tissue. You want very little on that soft tissue. Plus we have that balm and Frenchie combo, and they work together. Look how pretty that is. It's so pretty. Again, stipple, 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 coming to that inner corner, following that orbital bone, and then hitting that soft tissue. If you need to add more, you totally can. I need to. And there we go. Orbital bone or bust, man. Okay, and then I'm just gonna tap on the bridge for that pink I put on my nose, grabbing a little more contour. I'm gonna soul patch it, it's okay? And then we're gonna give ourselves a little Gomez Adams here. This just gives the illusion my lips look bigger than they are, and I didn't get my dad's lips. Granted, my mom's lips are small too, so I don't know. They just look a little manly in my opinion. All right, I'm gonna grab my favorite lip liner, which is Renaissance. It's this color. Reminds me of like early 90s grunge, and that was my jam. Back in the day when you used to you'd outline your lips and then leave the middle nude. It's coming back. And I'm going to show how I like to do it. Anyway, outlining with Renaissance, not outer lining, just outlining. You just want to get close to the edge. We don't need to be overdone, outdone. You just want to be everyday, okay? We're going to grab it. I'm going to get some of this color here, which is that Pink Lemonade, and I'm going to mix them together. I'm going to use some of my balm, because again, my lips are really dry. And I'm going to blend them together with the balm. So we add this here, grab that balm, and mix them together. I'm going to go to that Frenchie color, and instead of using a concealer that people are talking about, we're just gonna tap it in the middle here, and it gives it that little bit of lightness and dimension. Glorious. Perfect nude lip. I love this stuff. That's my makeup. That's my makeup. I'm gonna grab my setting spray. Need to get some more Charlotte Tilbury or Urban Decay. I have oily skin, so that's why I use them, and then we just spray it. Take that fluffy brush, press it in. And you get this really pretty, I don't use illuminators, I don't use shimmers. Our skin is a texture, and when you're playing with creams, your skin is going to illuminate itself. We don't need the help of any shimmers. And that's it. Have a great day.